Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Nat here. So previously we have done part 7, which is a 25mm M6 hexagon bolt. I expect you to be able to do the 45mm M6 hexagon bolt. Basically, it's the same thing except that the length is now 45. Okay, so just lengthen your part 7, then you will get your part 8. Okay, moving on to the next part, which I can't really see. Wait. Okay, so this is the bolt dimension that we discussed earlier. So this is activity 2, which is bearing unit part 9, 10, and 11, which is the washer, nut, and stopper. Now, what is the relation of these parts to part 7 and 8 that we did earlier? So these washers and this M6 nut will be obviously used together with the hexagonal bolt, which means that this washer hole should be wide enough to fit the M6 hexagonal bolt. Okay, alright, so let's discuss how the dimensions of the washer. So here they are telling us pick point place of suggestion is here. They are telling us to make this divide this into 2, and then you would just mirror it. For me, I do not want to do that because this is fairly simple. We don't have to mirror stuff. It's just several steps to complete this. Okay, so here we can see that the washer has a thickness of 1.6 millimeters. So this is the thickness. We are viewing this sideways, and then from the front, we can see that the diameter of the washer is 12, which means that the radius is 6. And then for the inside circle, the diameter, or the inside hole, the diameter should be 6. Because we want to be able to use this washer with the hexagonal nut. Then we can see lines that indicate that this is a circle because this is a center line. But in this case, we cannot see the dashed part because this part is extremely small. Okay, so let's do this. It's very simple. This would be 12 and this would be 1.6. Okay, so I'm going to do this above part 7. So I'm going to make my washer, the front side first. The first circle I'm going to make is going to have a diameter of 6. But how do I specify a diameter? I'm going to look at my command bar, and here it tells me if I want to specify the diameter, I should type in capital D. And then I am now able to specify the diameter to be 6. And then my next circle, I would want to follow the same center. And now my diameter would be 12. Okay, so that is my washer done. Then what I'm going to label the dimension like so. And then again, I'm going to measure the... this does not look pretty. Let me try to make it like so. Ooh. Not great. Let's make it like that. Okay, never mind. I'm going to do that in a later time. So the next thing is obviously the washer. Sideways. I want to have a guideline for this. I'm going to use my center layer. Okay, so I'm going to make my first guideline for my center. And then, why is it not snapping? So my snap should be nearest. Let's try that. And make sure that I'm in ortho mode. Okay. I need this to be straight. That's why I need it to be in ortho mode. Okay, does it really matter? As long as you have a normal line. Okay, hopefully that is normal. Next is to make the rectangle, but my rectangle always fails. Let's see if I can try it this time. I'm going to go into my default layer, change your layer, and then my should be 90 degrees. And then this should be 1.6, and I'm just going to intersect with my guidelines. Then I'm going to remove this guideline because I don't need it, and then removing this guide. I don't really need to remove this, but I can make this as my center line. Okay, and then I'm going to lengthen it by 3 as mentioned earlier. Oops, it's not working. Select, and then I'm going to lengthen like so. It's not working. Wait. Okay, let me try again. 3, and then over here 3. Control C. 3. Okay, another line, or I can just copy this line and rotate it, but it's not going to work. Oh, this is not good. Let me try again. So I'm going to delete this because this did not work, and I'm going to intersect my circle. This should be in center line, so I'm going to move it to center. So it's going to change its appearance. It's going to wear a green dress. I don't know, maybe baju kurung. Dress is also fine. Okay, so that is my washer, and label the dimensions and place it in your title block for part number 9. So now the next one is going to be part 10, which is an M6 nut. So the M6 nut has a dimension of 6, and I believe this is just the same as this guy, except that now instead of 4 it is a 6 and both sides are rounded. Okay, so I've copied it. I don't know why it looks like that. Okay, I've copied it. Now what I want to do is remove this line or trim it. You can trim it or remove it or delete it. Either way, doesn't really matter how you do it. Okay, right, so now I am left with this. Let me try. Delete. Okay, so from this edge to this edge it should be 6, right? So I want to snap on that, make sure this is 6. Okay, so it's just this much, and then I am going to mirror. Wait, I need to make a line first. So line to guide myself to find the midpoint of this guy. Okay, then I'm going to lengthen it. This is basically my mirror axis. Okay, and then I'm going to select mirror, and I'm going only to select this side. Okay, enter, and I'm going to mirror it like so, and going to extend this line until it intersects the mirrored parts. Now obviously this is not connected, so connect that. Okay. Okay, so now I remove this because it's not part of the diagram. Now I am going to rotate it like so. There is, oh, so it didn't work again. Oh, going to remove this. Okay, so I'm going to rotate. Can I specify the angle? So enter, specify base point, and then rotation angle would be 90 degrees. Okay, so that is my hexagon bolt. So I'm going to move it so that it looks presentable. Why is it not moving properly? Okay, so I think that is okay. So there you have it, your part number 10. Okay, next one. We're almost done. Not really. We have another part, which is part 12 and 11. Okay, so this is an M6 stopper bolt. As you can see here, the diameter or the size here is 6. This is 13, and then you have a fillet going on, or an arc. Let's make our rectangle first. So that was going to be 6. And the other side was, it was 13. So now this is like way too big. Is this really 6 by, I don't know actually. Okay, let's see. Let's measure it because I don't know if this is correct. Oh, it's not working. Dim. Okay, so this is correct. It's 13. Now I want to do my fillet. So for part 9, 10, and 11, you can combine into one title block because they are very small. So my radius right now is 1. Let's make it 2. And then for the other side. Okay, so that is your part number 11. Now going on to part number 12, which is this guy over here. Okay, so this guy needs to be on its own, needs to have its own title block because it's obviously big. So I'm gonna see you in the next part, okay?